This is a video came out and people wanted me to watch this, and so we're gonna watch it. It's about Ashes Creation. People saying the game's a scam or something like that, and I wanted to take a look at that.
Hey, what up, boys? Among the MMO player base, Ashes of Creation is pretty infamous, to say the least. It has a fair few scuffs and scrapes across its reputation, some self-inflicted by Intrepid themselves, but the majority are a byproduct of it being a Kickstarter project. This highly anticipated MMO is boasting insanely ambitious goals, some of which seem nigh on impossible when you look at the current state of this genre.
I feel like none of the goals are impossible. Really, it's not unreasonable at all. People's, what's the word for it? Like suspicion, people's worry comes from achieving all of the goals, not any one specific goal.
A small indie dev team united through the sheer force of copium cannot randomly turn this genre upside down, right? $500 cosmetic packs, a battle royale sellout, it's quite obviously just a scam. My god, I hope not. And I want to discuss this with you all today, but before we get into that, grab yourself a Coca-Cola, because this has got to be one of the worst scams in the history of Kickstarter, because not only...
like, imagine not just drinking normal Pepsi like a normal fucking person. Like, I don't understand. You just drink normal Pepsi. Like, just stop trying to be special here, okay? You're not too good. Nobody's too good for normal Pepsi.
Has the creative director dropped a hefty investment out of his own pocket, but the game itself has shown some incredible progress over the last 8 months. Critics for Ashes of Creation are converting faster than ever, and with every passing livestream, the project is becoming more and more tangible. However, it's important to stay vigilant in this age of crypto and NFT bullshit. So I wanted to take the time to discuss a few concerns I've had to temper expectations and keep your copium-fueled brains within the realms of cautiously optimistic. Now, with all that bollocks out of the way, let's begin.
Alright, let's do it.
We?
A rocky start.
So there's no beating around the bush, and I've said it many times on the channel in the past. Ashes of Creation's first few years were certainly rocky. Their initial reception was awesome, smashing records for their Kickstarter campaign, hitting 3.2 million with almost 20k backers within a matter of days.
That's
and
insane.
Rightly so, as the project's design pillars and Steven's philosophy seems to be exactly what the MMO player base have been begging for since WoW began its descent into furry madness. However, shortly after the Kickstarter concluded, that's where the gradual downward trend began. This trend is natural, of course, as Ashes of Creation drops off everyone's radar during development, and over the years, people slowly forget that it even exists. Only the die-hard fans, already 10k deep into the project, were following it on the regular, and updates were indeed regular. Communication with their copium-fueled fan base has always been one of Ashes of Creation's strong suits, and that has only been solidified over time, until disaster struck.
Uh-oh.
What's this? It's 1 year later, 2018, and Ashes of Creation popped back up out of the blue with... No.
Yeah, I remember this.
Battle Royale? Well,
I hate how, like, Battle Royale, like, I really hate these, like, reductive, fucking repressive, just, like, stuck in the past, boomer opinions about how Battle Royale is bad. Like, I fuck that, man. I love Battle Royale games. They're fucking fun. Yeah, I hate that shit.
luckily, I didn't give two shits about this project until mid-2020, during
I
the
watched
massive
Shroud
marketing campaign Steven did from the wave of Lazy Peon's viral video.
Yeah.
Back when the Battle Royale came and crushed everyone's dreams, I was wasting my life farming meat in Black Desert Online, so I didn't really know what was going on. Why yes, I do indeed have crippling depression. How did you guess? However, what I can do is browse people's initial reactions on YouTube and gauge the general consensus, and oh boy, it doesn't seem to have gone down too kindly with the public. An unoptimized, unbalanced, poorly coded cash grab is probably the harshest way I can describe it. And
I think this was a good thing for them to do in terms of like, and this is like what the problem is like you put something like this out there and you get a tremendous amount of feedback, but what this also did is it gave them so much information about what people liked and didn't like about the game. You see what I'm saying? It's like, it's like, basically, if you view the Battle Royale as a massive test, then I would say it's a W.
you know, I'd probably mimic that review myself, being the cynical bastard I am. There were official reasons for the BR, testing the networking, testing action combat, and testing siege battles for the MMORPG, and I'm sure Intrepid got some valuable information out of this data, but it begs the question, was it really worth throwing their reputation down the drain, monetizing a Battle Royale spin-off to test aspects that haven't even paid off? Well, hindsight is 2020, as the saying goes. The past is the past, right? Intrepid are a buddy.
I think that anybody that was an actual fan of the game probably didn't care. Like, I remember whenever this happened, like, it didn't really change or affect my opinion of the game at all.
Indie company, and every company makes their mistakes. This one, though, is still referenced to this day and will likely still be referenced by the same people when the Alpha 2 finally launches in 2077.
Oh, yeah.
After the Battle Royale was concluded.
But you can never the thing is, like, you can never base what you do around the like fucking first impression or just like random fucking opinion of unreasonable people.
Shut down permanently in 2020,
damage
control was pretty swift and efficient. Their next major update was no less than a month after, showing off their very first Alpha 1 livestream preview, which was received with incredible amounts of positivity, and the project continued improving from then onwards, reaping the benefits from their Battle Royale testing? Yeah, if you say so. Around this period, we were blessed with a new monthly preview format, the format we know and love today, with an incredibly high amount of community interaction between the years of 2019 and 2021. But it wasn't until their public alpha phase
I'll say that, like, what the gameplay you just saw was, like, really not, like, it didn't look super good, right? But one of the things that makes me confident in the game is how much different the gameplay is now. Like, I think that's a big deal. Because, like, for example, if the game played the same then, and it plays the same now, like, it'd be one thing. But, like, the game has evolved tremendously.
Game would solidify its impression on the general public. For an alpha, said to be merely a back-end test, Ashes of Creation showed incredible promise. The basic structure was there for movement in the world, the mechanics worked pretty damn flawlessly for an alpha, but the most surprising part of the whole thing, and arguably the most important, was the optimization and networking. For a fully open world with zero...
It played extremely fucking well. Like, it's like even whenever we had like 1 million people fighting that dragon, you can go back and watch the video. It played so fucking well. And it's like, that's one of the things that people don't think about, because it's like, oh, well, you know, what the fuck is that? But yeah, it's huge, man. That was, and that was before Unreal 5.
Instancing on my very average PC, I experienced almost no lag spikes, no frame drops, and a pretty reasonable FPS looking across the whole map with unlimited draw distance. Kind of impressive for an alpha MMO made by a bunch of nobodies on Kickstarter. During this period, we also learned how much Steven had personally sunk into this project. 45 million as of May 2021, bringing the total funding, including the Kickstarter, to 48 million. For a vaporware scam, that doesn't seem very profitable. The initial funding was 3 million, with the Alpha 1 test having roughly 13k participants, bringing the total funding to about 9.5 million. Then, just for some shits and giggles from all the non-Alpha 1 keys, let's just bring the total funding up to a clean 15 million. That's a pretty sizable profit of minus 30 million. You're not doing very well, Steven. Maybe the scam is to create and release a successful MMO so they can profit off the sub fee?
Yeah, they're gonna scam everybody by making a game, and then people will buy the game because it's good, so they're gonna scam everybody out of their money because everybody's buying the game. right? Like, I mean, that's kind of fucked up whenever you really think about it, right? I mean, damn.
Well, works for me, Stephen. As the team have preached many times,
It's the
this
ultimate
project
scam.
is already funded to completion. So then it begs the question, why is a project that is already funded to completion selling a ludicrous number of vaporware cosmetics? Well, I think...
Well, it's because they want more money, because there's also funded to completion. Completion is not the time. Completion does not exist. Because it's an MMO. So, like, you have ongoing costs that will happen and ongoing development that occurs. Like, release is just version 1.0. Like, it's gonna go... I mean, like, WoW's on version 9.25. So, that's obviously why. Also, they probably want to be able to make some money, too. Like, if people want to donate and support it, I don't think that's a bad thing. It's the same as, like, streamers have donate buttons. Like, I don't even know if I still have a donate button on my stream or not. Like, I genuinely don't even know. But, like, I'm not gonna go, like, I'm not one of these people it's like, oh, well, you know, you shouldn't donate to, like, rich streamers. No, just support people who you want to support. That's all there is to it. Don't be a fucking weirdo.
I think that's a question we should get into next, as it's very
donate?
important for the development of this MMORPG for many reasons.
Yeah.
So, cue the transition.
Tax implications for them to be able to report some
If you've been
revenue?
following the channel for a
Probably true.
while, you'll know that I'm the first person to say selling cosmetics in an MMORPG is shit. I
Yeah,
value
it is.
cosmetic progression very highly, and I think it played a huge part of social behavior back in the day. As
It
I'm sure a
absolutely
lot of
does.
Zoomers in the audience right now are scratching their heads, wondering where to insert their credit card to pay for
Yeah.
this free content. Here, I'll show you where you can swipe. There you go. But you see, the reason why Ashes gets so much flack is because their infinite cosmetics for a game that you can't even play is paired with an insidious practice that preys on the weak-minded.
What's
But
that?
I have already outlined my thoughts on their FOMO specifically in this video up here in the top corner.
I don't really think that it's fair to criticize FOMO, because, like, literally every business uses FOMO in every avenue of marketing, because FOMO is extremely effective in getting people to make purchases. Like, I find it to be, like, I don't think that it's fair to criticize, like, any of these companies for FOMO whenever every other company uses FOMO. Like, you can criticize all of them and say, yeah, this is a bad practice, but every company in the world would not do this if it didn't work. It still doesn't make it right. I don't know. I think that people have, like, such a delusional fucking viewpoint on this. It's like nobody's mind controlling you to make you buy something. You are bombarded with FOMO every single day that you turn on the internet and you see any ads. You're bombarded with FOMO if you see a stream, in a way. It's like, oh, well, I want to watch it live, because if I don't, the VOD's not going to be the same. Like, the world exists in a constant state of FOMO. And I know that this is a buzzword that anybody can apply the logic to. If something exists now and in the future that it will no longer exist, this is FOMO. Yes, obviously, people do that, and I think it's I'm pretending to be smart thing. I'll take. Sorry, it's not an I'll take. All marketing in all circumstances is fundamentally built around manipulation and making the person do something that they would not naturally do. That is what the fundamental focus of marketing is. Whenever you think about it and you boil it down to one core principle, it is making people do something that they would not do on their own. Because if they were going to do it on their own, you wouldn't need the marketing in the first place. So listen, I understand that some people don't like that. But let's be honest. Stop being fucking neurotic and trying to collect every single FOMO cosmetic in a video game. Sometimes people are a victim of their own fucking weird behavior, and it's not up to the world to fucking pad and, you know, like, put ankle and elbow braces on everything in case you want to fall down and get yourself hurt. Be fucking responsible for yourself, man. People care too much about the other opinions. Yeah, but you yourself do that and incite your chat to do the same. Are you like one of these dumb people that thinks that, like, so, like, yeah, I don't like FOMO in some circumstances, but, like, if you think that not liking FOMO in some circumstances means that I think that all FOMO is bad or FOMO should never exist in any capacity, it's just a stupid one-dimensional response. For instance, whenever you play Diablo 4, you're just mad. Get the fuck out of my chat, you bitch. So listen, here's the way that I feel about it, right? I think that FOMO is not a big deal. All companies do it. It doesn't really matter. I don't think that there's a reason that you can complain about FOMO and Ashes of Creation whenever every game company basically does this. So you Don, that guy, it's like you have people in chat that just constantly argue with you and try to like get the fuck out of here. Like, I'm not gonna argue with every moron in chat. And like the thing is, like, people are always stupid. Like, I would listen to an actual argument, but the people that bring up arguments are always stupid. And it's like, there's like never an exception. They're always dumb as fuck.
Spoiler, it's not pretty. So in this segment, I will instead retort the question at hand.
So your logic is everybody does it, so it's okay? No, my logic is I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I don't think it's manipulative to do that. I think manipulation on a FOMO level is not bad. I don't think it's bad at all. I think that people need to be able to be responsible for themselves. It's pretty anti-consumer, Asmon. Gambling bad, FOMO good. Yeah. You can get addicted to gambling. You can't get addicted to FOMO. Like, what are you talking about? You're okay with not having... Yeah, be okay with not having everything. Like, so, like, this is the thing, right? Is, like, you think every company can't have limited offers because some people can't control themselves? Fuck that. That's ridiculous. Learn to control yourself.
As a game we cannot even play have so many cosmetics.
Absolutely.
Well, this may be common knowledge for a lot of you who watch regularly, but with the interest for this highly anticipated MMO increasing each month, this community of copium addicts is growing faster than ever. Because of that, I see people not quite understanding what these packs actually represent.
Right.
And it kind of tickles my ballsack, but not in the good way. You see, to fill a world with...
Listen, a lot of people are unhappy about my take about this. I will respond to some of the feedback at the end of the video, but everything that I've read in chat as an argument against what I said is just stupid. Like gambling being the same as a marketing tactic. Yeah, like this is the logic of these people. It's like very simple-minded, stupid people that are able to perceive two things that they view to be similar as different in the mind of somebody else and trying to draw the comparison between the two that they don't even understand either one of them. People that are disagreeing with this are just stupid.
Diverse and unique environments, interesting and memorable points of interest, but most importantly, in-depth and meaningful progression. A lot of assets need to be created. When this process of asset creation is skipped to save development time or to cut costs, you end up with New World, an MMO that had a legendary flop despite the corporate power of Amazon, fueling their...
To be fair, to say the corporate, like, Amazon Game Studio is not Amazon. It's not like Amazon Game Studio has a budget of $1 trillion. It's like kind of it's like almost a subsidiary.
Content. And this MMO was infamous for asset reuse, even going as far as copy-pasting whole cities and rotating them slightly, hoping us dumb consumers wouldn't notice as we ate up their corporate-level quality. This is even reflected a lot in the Colossus that is World of Warcraft, as mount rewards, pets, and mobs are basically just reused and recolored assets for every single expansion. Back in 2004, I found this acceptable. The genre was new and development took a lot of time and work. However, in the current year, if you're okay with excessive amounts of asset reuse in your MMORPG, then I think your standards are extremely low and you're being
maybe I'm crazy. I just care about content. Like, I just want the content to be good. I don't really care about asset reuse or any of that other bullshit. Like, yeah, obviously better assets, new assets are better, but like it's not a defining variable of like why I do or don't like it.
exploited by a giant corporate entity who want to take your money for as little work as possible. And this is the reason for the so-called cosmetic packs in Ashes of Creation. These are not cosmetics at all. They're assets being used to populate the world, and we have seen countless examples of them being used in-game already. We can even use the packs to roughly map out the aesthetics of each location in the world. This extends to all sorts of content: dungeons, monster coin events, quest NPCs, the list goes on forever.
Yeah.
Take the mounts and pets you see being sold in these packs, simply take off their reins, and you have a brand new mob already created and animated to populate this incredibly ambitious MMO.
Yeah,
to me,
they're mainly
quality
in-game
is
mobs.
extremely important, and that's why I praise MMOs like Guild Wars 2. This level of quality is shared by Steven himself, and because they claim this game is already funded, deadlines and dates are not forcing it out the door, and Intrepid can focus on an aspect missing in this age of corporate deadlines
Quality?
and half-finished games. A quality,
Yeah.
immersive, and truly fleshed out world that chooses to respect the player experience over the profit margins to satisfy shareholders.
Matters a lot. The progress in communication.
Now,
Here
for the
we go.
final segment of today's video, I want to discuss Intrepid's transparency since Alpha 1, the sheer amount of community interaction, and development process since Unreal Engine 5, as it feels like this year, Ashes of Creation has stepped into a whole new league. When Alpha 1 was closed down, I will not deny things were looking grim. All updates up until December were nothing but mounts, mounts, and more mounts, fueling that cosmetic argument we cleared in the previous segment, and the main focus for them 4 live streams were mostly showcasing the creature assets they had finished and not much else. I will admit I did have some trouble wielding the copium out to the community during that particular period.
I didn't
It's
think
fine,
that was
Steven. I forgive you. Just like the Beyond.
It's just like the cosmetics and stuff like that. I mean, yes, obviously it's stupid whenever any game has, like, especially an MMO, has cosmetics for money. But, I mean, like, that's just the way that games are now, and I don't know. I mean, like, if there's a game that doesn't have that, I will like that more. But, I mean, you just, like, what are you going to do? You're just, like, not going to play any game? Like, I'm going to play games. It's just, you know, it's a matter of pick your poison at a certain point. I'm not going to just quit gaming.
Situation that happened many years ago now, people also bring up this mount situation as well. It's perfectly understandable to be skeptical of Kickstarter projects, and I want to encourage anyone to criticize Ashes of Creation for its flaws. That's
I think
exactly
that's
what
very important.
open development is for, and this project is in an extremely unique situation we've never had on our hands before. I can confidently say, as someone who built up from nothing, Steven and Intrepid read and even respond to the majority of the community where necessary. You do not need to give them your money. You do not need to play Alpha 2. You do not even need to believe in this project to be a valued member of this community.
Yeah, you
your
just
verbal
wait for the
feedback
game to come out.
is more than enough. Since March this year, we've received 4 back-to-back incredible live streams that have shown technology that blows all competition out of the park completely. The character
I would say that Black Desert probably has a more robust character creator, but I think this game has a more realistic character creator. Like, I like the way the characters in this game look more than fucking Black Desert, but I think that obviously Black Desert probably is a little bit more robust, but I haven't seen the whole thing for this.
Looks to be setting new standards. All of the race reveals have been highly received. The combat update was a major step in the right direction, and the seasonal tech is unlike anything we've seen before in a single-player game, let alone an open-world MMORPG with 10,000 concurrent players. If this is a vaporware scam, guys, it's gotta be one of the worst scam attempts I've ever witnessed, because they've accidentally created some of the most cutting-edge technology.
They're going to scam everybody by making a good game and having
yet.
them pay for
I
it.
find it rather strange that people want this game to fail because of the risks they've taken. This genre...
I think a lot of people like seeing, they don't want to see another game be popular because they're already super invested in one game. So, like, they've already put in, you know, fucking 5,000, 10,000 hours into World of Warcraft or Final Fantasy or RuneScape or something, right? And like a new game comes out, and like if the new game eclipses their old game, then all that effort they put in just doesn't matter as much because it's just a thing of the past. I think that's a big
company to take risks. They need someone to try and innovate.
Yeah.
And Intrepid have shown nothing but respect to all their players in the past, present, and will most definitely continue to do so in the future. So what better way to get involved by subscribing to this very channel and telling Intrepid exactly what you want to see in Ashes of Creation. But as usual, I am just one nerd desperate for a good MMO, and my opinions mean nothing without yours in the comments below. And hey, I was going to make another watch party for Pantheon Rise of the Fallen's livestream tomorrow just for the memes, but I don't know. Pantheon is, well, it's just gotten embarrassing at this point compared to Ashes.
It doesn't look good.
I think I've given it more
That's
publicity,
why I don't look at it.
shitting on it than Ko's done actually funding it. So instead, I'll just end the video.
Bernard, you can't end the video without the usual ending.
And to that I say, listen, kid. I appreciate everyone who watches to the end, and I'm excited to reveal what I have in store for 30,000 subs. So, subscribe to the channel and get high on copium.
Oh, he hit it! He hit it! He hit 30,000! Wow, congrats to Narc.
G'day, Ziggity here.
The Pop of Exiles. G'day,
Ziggity here.
Oh, god damn it. Why does this keep happening? Yeah, he actually hit it. Wow, congrats to him. Here, let me go back over here, and I'm going to take a look at it. And, yeah, I in general, you know, I'm very excited for Ashes of Creation. I am. I hope that it's a good game. Everything that I've seen of the game is good. I think that a lot of people make their mind up on a game, and then whenever new information comes out about the game, they don't change their mind based off of the new information. And I don't like that. I'm not a fan of that. I think that's weird. Like, for example, like, I was, you know, very excited about the game whenever it came out. The alpha came out, and obviously some of the combat was problematic. It looked very promising, but, you know, it is what it is. And then new stuff comes out, and it looks better, and then sometimes it looks worse. And we're not going to watch the Riot MMO video today. We're going to probably watch that tomorrow. I'm not going to watch it today. It's a very long video, so that's why I'm not doing it. So yeah, it's just that simple. It doesn't matter how many times you type it in chat. Yeah, there we go. And so, is this another game streamers are going to play for 30 days and go back to WoW whenever they don't get paid to play the new shit anymore? I mean, like, I don't think that's necessarily true. I mean, like, I feel like people just play a new game, and like, that's the same with any game. I mean, fuck. Like, there's a lot of people that play WoW and then they leave and they stop playing WoW. I mean, like, I think that's kind of normal. And it only applies when a game is in a negative light initially. People just write it off typically. The game sets positive news outlet. People keep their negative opinion. I think people are more focused on being right than they are about, like, about being consistent than they are about being right. Like, they're more, they will make up reasons for why something is still what they initially thought, even though new information comes out and it says otherwise. I think that happens constantly. Will Ashes of Creation biggest scam ever Star Citizen exists? I mean, like, why do you even care if it's a scam or not? Yeah, I don't understand. Like, why do you care? Like, just don't donate to it if you think it's a scam, and just wait for the game to come out, and if you like it, then play it. Like, I don't know. I mean, like nobody's making you spend money on the game. It's just, it's weird that people are problematic. Scamming is wrong. Well, there's a million things in the world that are more wrong than scamming people out of money on a Kickstarter for a video game, but you're not going on a crusade about those things either. Don't go and try to fucking pretend to me like you're some moral crusader. You're not. You're just complaining about something. I don't want to hear about this. There's people dying and so you're mad about a video game. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, I understand that these things are bad, yes, but like, I'm not going to view them as bad in like some sort of ultimate sense, because in an ultimate sense they're so far down on the totem pole it doesn't even register, and you just get worse and worse. So people mad at me, what are they mad? They're baiting you. People are dying. Listen, the thing is, people can get mad, and what's this here? People like care about anything, right? I think it's just a stupid thing to care about. It is, because there's no real data for you to be able to definitively say whether something is a scam or not. Like, this game is a scam or not. Any data or any information that you have can be disproven by other information, and it ultimately comes down to your opinion on it. It's not like, for example, like science, you're like, you put water, in, I don't know, like food coloring in water and it changes color. Like, that's going to happen every single time. So, like, I understand that some people might think this, but there's just not enough evidence to definitively say that it's a scam or not. Like, I would be more on your side if it was something that was way more definitive, like Dream World or something like that, one of those videos. But this is just simply not the case here. And if it becomes the case, then I'll talk about it. But I think that you need to be reasonable with what you're saying and what you think. Does it get any more realistic this way of thinking? Yeah, it's like people are mad about the game being a scam. Like, what the fuck do you care? Just don't play the game if you think it's a scam. Don't support the game if you think that it's a scam. Like, ultimately you have no real evidence that it is a scam. There is no actual evidence. It's just a feeling. So yeah, I'm not going to, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not going to view this as a, some like fucking altruistic moral crusade. It's not. It's just you being fucking skeptical of a video game. Let's see here. If shit stinks, don't touch it. Yeah, exactly, man. Let's see here. Whole point of videos make fun of people who think it's a scam. I agree with that. Yeah, absolutely. Everyone's just so used to getting fucked by game companies. Every single time that you do something that's not based in reality, but it's based in something that happened to you in the past, you can say that in some cases it's experience, but if you live your life entirely based off of what happened last week, that doesn't really help you today. It could be hot one day and then cold the next day. You're going to walk out with a pair of shorts on if it's 30 degrees? No, you're not. You should look at what you're seeing in the current time. Obviously, that things in the past should inform your decisions, but you shouldn't base your decisions off of them. It's common sense. Internet activism is chatters, false powers, justifications, harassing when things differ in their opinion. It's just stupid. Losers max have nothing of substance in their life. They get mad over things that don't matter. Yeah, it's dumb as fuck, man. People act like a commitment to a game is a marriage. It's because these people want it. Like, these are the same people that view it as manipulative, that a game has FOMO in it. Oh, well, I can't. There can't be FOMO in the game because I'm so neurotic. I have to have everything. I have to buy something with FOMO. Get the fuck out of here. It's like people with no impulse control want to blame it on the rest of the world. Get the fuck. It's so pathetic. It's so fucking pathetic, man. Buzzword Andes. Yeah, exactly. FOMO Andes, actual brain dead people. I know. Game stealing money from your painfully obvious. It's like chat's first day on Earth. I mean, you can't. The thing is, like, whenever I'll read some comments, right? People from suffering from only to sit down and talk to a professional. Yeah, like, at a certain point, it's not the world's fault that you have a problem. Like, sometimes the world doesn't need to change because you'd have no self-control. It's sad.